This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Well, last year, government invited business owners who suffered a loss as a result of the long, drawn-out roadworks to apply for compensation.
Well, so far, we're told that 200 business persons are benefiting from the initiative. While in Parliament this week, Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie said it's all about assisting Bahamians.
Government's roadwork compensation program has offered tangible assistance to businesses impacted by the New Providence Road Improvement Program. The Ministry of Finance has processed 247 applications that have been submitted, and 226 of these have been issued certificates of relief. With these certificates, 159 of the applicants are accepting micro or government guaranteed loans from the Bahamas Development Bank. Fully 184 applicants are enrolled in the plan to receive assistance from the Bahamas Electricity Corporation. 217 from the Bahamas Customs Department, 215 from the Business License Department, 41 for the Real Property Tax Department, and 220 from the Bahamas Broadcasting Corporation.
Well, yesterday, the BEC chairman called for a ban on copper exports as so many thieves are hitting businesses to steal this precious metal.
Well, today, our Janae Ferguson visited one of those scrap metal sites to get some feedback.
Following BEC Chairman Leslie Miller's call for a ban on the export of copper material, those directly involved in the scrap metal business are not too pleased with this recommendation. One scrap metal exporter who did not wish to appear on camera says if Miller is calling for a ban on copper, he should call for a ban on other material like gold, which he claims has caused an increase in crime.
It seems to be very irrational for him to just call for an across-the-board ban on copper because there's copper theft. Okay, a very prominent citizen society had her chain or necklace or gold stolen from her recently, and I don't hear him calling for a ban on the cash for gold. In fact, Mr. Miller himself was robbed in the eastern area about 2 years ago, and still, even in the face of that, he's not calling for a ban on cash for gold.
The scrap metal exporter insists that copper wire makes up a very small percentage of what they ship off, and it is not that profitable.
Persons bringing the copper to you demanding so much money, so your profit margin on it, you can only get so much on the international market for it. So if the guy is asking you to pay him $2 for a pound of copper, and you can only make $2.25 when you sell it, obviously it makes no sense to us. So, you know, we've shifted our business a long time ago.
The exporter claims that there have been cases where police found stolen material at their compound, but because of the detailed paperwork that includes identification and ownership checks, culprits were easily traced. He feels many persons in the community have a narrow view of the industry, and he is hoping that this will change.
Every industry has its bad apples. I don't know why they're singling out the recycling industry in the Bahamas and trying to make it out as, you know, we are worse than everybody else in society. Okay, we are legitimate businessmen like everybody else.
This customer was bringing in a truckload of scrap metal material that she says she collects from the city dump. She's been involved in the business from 2006 and says it has helped to provide for her and her family.
My boss is paying me, so sometimes what he's giving me to serve to pay for my work permit. The work permit is very expensive, $1,000 a year. I have 2 kids to taking care. They're going to school. So if I don't do scrap metal, what I get $30 a day. So I start to work at 10 o'clock. So before I go to work, I come bring scrap metal to make a couple dollars to help my children to go to school and help pay my bills.
The BEC chair hopes to bring this matter before Minister of the Environment Ken Dorsett. We attempted to reach out to Dorsett today, but we're told that he is out of the country until March 23rd. Janae Ferguson, ZNS Network News.
Coming up, find out how a big investment boosts a small island.
And then in ZNS Total Sports, find out the top basketball players in women's basketball. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimenita Swain. SuperValu owner Rupert Roberts is calling on the government to put in place a ban on the export of copper immediately. The supermarket chain owner said yesterday that copper thieves are costing his and other businesses millions in losses and repairs. Roberts confirmed that as many as 5 of the SuperValu stores have been hit recently with thieves removing copper tubing and fittings from coolers, air conditioning and freezing units. BC Chairman Leslie Miller also joined in on the call for a ban on copper exports. Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employees Confederation Chairman I. Chester Cooper is hoping the government can commit to cutting down the time it takes for work permits to be approved. In a joint statement released with the Bahamas Hotel and Tourism Association, the Minister of Immigration was urged to speed up the system that allows foreign workers to work in the Bahamas to do so legally. The BCCEC and the BHTA met recently with the Minister of Immigration, Fred Mitchell, to discuss the government's approach to the use of foreign workers. Earlier this week, we reported on the banking crisis in Cyprus that had the country in turmoil as bank deposits were docked for a 6% bail-in tax. While the British government is looking to ease the money burden on its military personnel and other subjects of the UK living and working on the tiny island nation. They're flying in over $1 billion euro to the nation. The UK government is also planning to repay the taxes taken from British citizens as well. Banks in Cyprus have been shut down since this past weekend, prompting a run on ATM machines and a cash shortage. Cyprus is reeling under the pressure caused by the collapse of the economy of their neighbors, the Greeks. That was a look at your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimenita Swain.